Hello, I'm Daniel Robbins. Notice how my balcony is now wet and it's got a little wee bit of snow, very little, just a little patch of snow there. By the way, that's because the rail has been shielding that part of my balcony from the sun. Other than that, it's almost all melted and some of it's even dry. And I want to give you a challenge. How would that ever happen without a near and local sun? You don't get that from a heat source that's anything other than near. Spherical theorists would have us believe it's all about the angle of the sun on the earth, which is ridiculous because as Matthew Long, hope you don't mind me calling you Matthew, Matt, pointed out, well, the sunlight would be shining directly on the mountains before it's shining on the rest of the earth in the morning, so why don't they heat up? And they don't. It's about the proximity of the sun. And so there's that sun. It's the middle of the day, and that's why it's so warm. And I'm so thankful for that. And again, here's my thermostat. I love this. See that? So the thermostat's at about 15, but the temperature is over 20 Celsius. That's because of a local sun. Now, the main point of this, though, is imagine a drink. So I'll take the lid off here. Imagine I were to put a scoop of ice cream in here and then pour in a soft drink. So then a bunch of foam would gather at the top. And then imagine if I were to take a straw, sink it into the bottom of the drink, and suck. What would happen? I'm sure you would all agree that the drink would flow up through the straw and into my mouth, defying gravity. But imagine I were to take the straw and then lift it up like this, so that now the bottom of the straw is not in the drink, it's in the foam. Would I be able to suck the foam up? I trust that you would agree that the answer is that's a little bit silly. Of course you could suck up the foam. If you can suck up the liquid, you can definitely suck up the foam. And to that I'm going to say exactly. Oh, by the way, I heard about a physics conjecture that there was supposed to be a certain straw that was so long even Superman would not be able to drink from it. And that's going to get referred to in this message. And by the way, Gordon, I think you're going to like this. Hope you don't mind me calling you by your full name, Gordon, but I certainly can say I'm definitely going to be sending this one to you. Friends, I invite you to think with me about a soft drink poured over a scoop of ice cream. At the top, the foam would teem. Then imagine if ye saw me dip in the drink a straw. At the bottom it stuck, and proceeded then to suck. I think that ye all will know. By the way, that's ye, also known as you. So I think that you all will know. Through the straw, the drink would flow, and in fact defy the law of gravity through the straw. And I think it too is known, if that straw bottom was in the foam, so now the bottom of the straw is lifted up out of the drink and into the foam, it would even easier be to suck up that foam for me. Well, then ponder please the notion that are liquid the earth's oceans. So imagine they're the drink. And then Superman doth sink into that ocean a straw, longest one ye ever saw. So there's the drink, and then the straw's way miles and miles and miles up into the atmosphere. But then we are all awestruck because Superman is stuck. The straw's even too long for him, as long as the water it's in. But then he, the straw, pulls up like that foam at the top of the cup. So Superman pulls his straw out, and now the bottom of the straw is no longer in the ocean, it's just up in the air. With that straw bottom up in the air, well then Superman doesn't care. He can suck that air on through. This he in fact can easily do. In fact, imagine supermen, a myriad or 1,010, if they were way up and out in space, so-called, and decided to have a race. Who can suck the air off Earth? So they sucked for all they're worth, seeing who can do it first. They wouldn't even have to try very hard to suck the Earth dry. And when I say Earth, I'm talking about the supposed spherical planet Earth, supposedly surrounded by a vacuum of space. Because that vacuum would be like Superman, just like we suck foam through a straw can. Our air would be gone so fast. How, in fact, got this down past? In other words, the spherical theories. In my mind, there is no doubt, because certain souls sold out. It sure isn't that the lies, spherical, are in any wise wise. So I trust that ye all saw that to suck foam through a straw is like the globe surrounded by space. It just does not have a case. Now, imagine that I did on the top of the cup put a lid. In our case, the lid is bent, and it's called the firmament. Seals us all in safe and sound, and will never all get drowned. How ye ask? Do this I know, because God did set a rainbow. So, by the way, here I drew the foundations of the earth. Here, just imagine the ocean of the waters of the ocean being like a drink, the firmament being like a lid, the air in our atmosphere being like the foam, and then here's the sun, moon, and stars in the firmament. Here's a cloud. Here's the sun shining on the cloud, and through that cloud comes a very roughly sketched rainbow, and you have to use your imagination and imagine that there are the colors of the rainbow. Oh, there is a barrier, and I of that fact am sure, simply because be it must, I think this, the globe, doth bust. And again, that Superman, by all means, suck air. He can. From any height, high or low, which I pray that ye will know. And as a matter of fact, I pray it like this. Now, by all means, I do know, as the flat earth truth doth grow, gets the enemy furious. As a threat, he sure doth see us, so he keeps trying to say from flat earth, run away, and tries to insinuate that we're crazy. Well, too late. At least as far as am I concerned. All he wants he can try, but his lies in the end must, by the light of truth, be bust and disintegrate to dust. And I you, dear friends, beseech, and mine hand to you outreach, to let wisdom truth you teach. Long enough away ye have stayed, and were of the truth afraid. I think it's high time we face up the truth to and embrace. Oh, I'm not out you to get, then again me clarify let. In the best sense? Well, of course. I just know I must not force. On the contrary, I'll shine and make known this heart of mine, that this truth we people need. Get the word out and take heed, so that more babies don't bleed. And by the way, here's a dark cloud with a bolt of lightning, making that into an exclamation mark, so we know this is urgent. Very serious. Very, very serious. So again, that this truth we people need, get the word out and take heed, so that more babies don't bleed. This is not a matter light, and to speak of it is right. Friends, I simply want to say, please, about this matter, pray. God is willing to reveal, and he will, at least I feel. And I ask you, friends, don't why ye go ahead, give it a try. I, in fact, do even feel I ought to add, even, again, kneel. And flat earthers, please pray too. Even in this way, I do think there's power in that posture. So many people think they're lost here, and it's time for a break jail. Let us know our God won't fail. As we approach this midnight hour, let's unleash of prayer the power.